The last few weeks I've been showing more my husband parenting our children, giving a lesson to my mother-in-law about parenting, and then many questions on DM. Please tell me, how do you do to communicate to each other? How do you work as a team? So that's what we're going to be talking in this video. My name is Marcela Collier. I am a parenting coach. Brian Collier, he's my husband, and he's a school counselor, child coach as well. Yeah. And today we are going to be walking you through how we work things out. Yeah. If you like gentle parenting with understanding, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Every single week I'm here giving you parenting content. We agree on the bigger stuff, right?
Right.
We agree on the bigger things, on like what behaviors really mean. So we have, I would say, a little unfair advantage just because you're a counselor, I'm a parent coach, and we are educated in behavior. However, that does not mean that we always agree.
Right, yeah.
When the twins came, we were already parenting for a long time.
Right, so foster care.
We've been doing foster care, so we already had experience being parents or parenting. When our first child in foster care came to us, it was a little different. It was a little different because he was new to us, remember?
Yeah, I think that's where we had most of our tough conversations. Even when we started doing foster care, just having the dynamic change between just us, and then we're parenting a child in foster care, and just that dynamic. Because I mean, I grew up in a household just with my mom and my sister. I didn't have my dad in the household, so I didn't see the dynamic of, you know, mom and dad with interacting with kids. You know, I just saw my mom. So, and you had a different situation where you had mom and dad in the house and you grew up in that family. So I think that we had conversations based on that. Yes. You know, just the role of. So
this is how I felt. I felt that I was not given my place as the mother of the house. I felt like he was trying to micromanage everything, the routine, the appointments, everything around the child, and I felt like I was kind of pushed to the side. And then the kid was feeling it as well because he was going to my husband for everything, and that, when it came to discipline, it was tough because he didn't see me as, she's parenting me as well. So I could tell that he didn't take me that seriously at first.
Right, and I think we had those tough conversations and in the role, and there was a lot of self-discovery, you know, I think just for both of us on that journey of parenting. And the huge thing is like just having the communication skills, because that can cause a lot of friction. You know, it can cause like resentment, or why isn't she doing this or that, you know. But thank goodness, I mean, I think that's one of the keys, is that having communication and just listening to the other person, because it's a journey and going on it together, and we got to humble ourselves too, and we're not always right. Sometimes I like to be always right and she likes to be right, but it doesn't always work that way, and there's other ways. And
yeah, the thing is that there is a lot of feelings involved. I remember I felt a little resentful, and you know what? Even now, like this year, I felt a little resentful, and he felt a little resentful too, because even though we have experience, we had a different situation in the house. Since I started High Impact Club, I got busier because now I have customers, I have all of you demanding my attention, demanding my time. I love doing what I do. However, I need to start distributing my time of, this is the time I'm going to work, this is the time that I'm going to be with the kids, and then it wasn't as proportional.
Right. And I was resentful.
So he was resenting me, and I was resenting him as well, because I felt that he didn't understand all the load that I have on my shoulders. I'm not just watching TV or doing nothing. I'm developing a brand. I'm building a business, and I felt that he wasn't seeing that, and at the same time he felt he was with a lot of the things with the kid. He was pretty much taking care of them a lot, which we sat down and we communicated, and then he said what he felt, I said what I felt, and then we realized what I feel might not be all the way true, might not be all the way there. I may feel that he doesn't see my job, but at the same time, he's right. He's been with the kids way more than I've been, and we need to work this out. And we did. Mm-hmm. And from his end, what did you realize after that conversation?
Yeah, just I know the load that you have and the responsibility you had, and sometimes I think I was getting just blinded by the things I had to do in front of me, and but through that conversation, we had a better balance where I was going to take on some of those things for her, and she was going to take on some of the other things. So it's just a balance. That's one of the biggest things. Communication and a balance.
Yeah. And our lives don't look the same as they looked 3 years ago. I was doing therapeutic foster care, but everything was taking care of the kids pretty much. So things still look different, but we're coming from a different perspective, a mentality, and we kind of came in agreeing with different things. Yeah,
I say the number one thing is communication, and doing it in the right time and the right tone. The right time. So having those conversations if you know your spouse is not a morning person, not right when they wake up, and say, hey, we got you do that, so you got to pick the right timing.
That would be a trigger for me because I'm not a morning person.
Pick the right timing and then the right tone that you're saying just as a talking
now,
So
you're a counselor, and I have a question for you. Because this comes up a lot in private consultation with parents, with moms, and they tell me, but my husband, he's a narcissist. Many say that he's a narcissist and he doesn't see what I'm trying to say. He's just like his way or the highway. So how would the mom handle that?
That's that's a marriage thing because marriage is all about give and take, and marriage is putting your spouse's needs before your own, and it's a selfless thing.
How do they communicate that with their husband?
Just to continue to talk, say even I feel statements, hey, I feel time and tone, again, not yelling, but just say, hey, listen, I just want to tell you how I've been feeling, time, and then you tone of voice, and saying, hey, I just really need you to hear me and understand me on this, and so hopefully, that will get through to that person, to that spouse, and hopefully they would see that they would see the other person's point of view. So,
and don't be afraid of asking for help. Usually, men in the Latino culture listen more to other men than to their wives or their moms. So, maybe you need counseling with a male counselor if your husband is more open to talk, to receive a different perspective if it comes from a male, for example. How do you convince your husband that you guys need help?
Well, let's see. It's a good question. Just framing it in a way, framing that the situation, hey, wouldn't it be better if, in 6 months that we weren't arguing, we were on the same page with parenting, so if you put that end goal in mind, and then you say, okay, these are some steps we can take to get there. We can talk to somebody. We can, put a couple different strategies in there along the way, and maybe talking to, getting counseling, marriage counseling, talking to another couple could be on those steps to get you where you want to be. So framing it in a way that person says, oh yeah, that might be beneficial. Because
and in a non-judgmental way, because you need to change your parenting style. You need this coaching session with Marcela. We're going to do this because you need to learn parenting with understanding.
Yeah, I think one of the big things is men need to feel respected. And if the wife is nagging or quote unquote nagging or coming at him with a harsh tone of voice, then he's not going to hear that. I wouldn't want to hear that, So men need to feel that they're being respected through that process. So whatever that looks like for your husband or partner, that's huge. And it's a team effort. Teamwork makes the dream work, because they're one of my favorite scriptures is Amos 3:3. How can two or three walk together unless they agree?
Yeah.
So you guys got to be together. How can you walk together unless you're agreeing? So
Yeah.
I mean, how can you parent together unless you agree? How can you have a successful marriage unless you agree? And if you're always fighting, I mean, that's so. Yeah, you got to get to that place where you can talk without yelling, and kind of push the feelings aside to where your end goal is what you wanna achieve.
Do you and your husband have a different parenting style, or do you and your wife have a different parenting style? Let me know in the comments. What is the biggest struggle that you face right now? For us, for sure, is how to balance my job with taking care of the kids and his job with taking care of the kids. That's
Right.
I think our biggest struggle right
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to know how to talk to your husband who is not supportive of gentle parenting with understanding, I created a full video about this, how I would do it. That video is right here. It's going to cover your face. Go right there, and you can even share it with him. Okay, I'll see you next week. Keep parenting your children with understanding.
All right. Bye, guys.